Hi, I am Elisa Cox. I am one of the deputy city managers for the city of Rancho Cucamonga. I did my undergraduate work at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. When I entered the program, the major was called Recreation Administration. When I got my diploma, it said Recreation, Parks, and Tourism Administration, which was a little bit of a surprise. And then I went to work for the city of Arcadia as a recreation coordinator, followed by working for the city of Sierra Madre as a recreation supervisor. And while I was there, I started my master's program. I got an MBA at Cal Poly Pomona. And while I was in Sierra Madre, I worked myself up the ranks. And before I came to Rancho Cucamonga, I was the assistant city manager for the city of Sierra Madre. I'm not sure there is a typical day or week at my job, which is probably one of the reasons that I love it so much. The calendar starts out with a chock full of things that I think I will be going to and doing, and inevitably everything gets switched around. But in general, I am in a ton of meetings. But my goal and my role in most of these meetings is serving as a mentor or a guide or advisor. I really work hard to, as I say, get my team the resources that they need and then get out of the way and let them work their magic. I can work on everything these days, from COVID to an HR issue to what programs are we going to be offering and community services, to planning great capital improvement projects like our second story and beyond, which will be a children's museum as part of our library. So it's a wonderful, wonderful role that I can't speak highly enough about. For me, a lot of that is because of the diverse and the variety of things that I'm working on. There's two really great projects that I'm working on right now that I pop back to. Actually, there's three that I pop back to all of the time. The first is a program that we are feeding and growing the roots, which is our RC Drive program. And Drive stands for diversity, respect, inclusivity, values, and equity. And when the vision for it, when it is launched, is that it'll be an educational leadership program for employees with that lens on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Second project that just really excites me and gets me up in the morning is the opportunity to come up with something that's a little bit new as far as we know, because as we do our research, we can't find a whole lot on it, but we want to provide affordable for sale housing here in Rancho Cucamonga as part of our components to affordable housing. And the idea would be that those that have been in permanent supportive housing, those who have experienced homelessness or are housing insecure, would have the opportunity to break out of that cycle of homelessness and in that rent cycle as well, in order to start building the generational wealth. The third one that is just a kick in the pants is getting to work on bringing high-speed rail from Las Vegas to Southern California. Brightline West is working on trying to connect the regions. Rancho Cucamonga is being considered as one of the major hubs along this rail. And so getting to see how all different agencies work together, working on marketing and branding and community engagement, these are things that just super get me excited. Having people of different backgrounds working is super important, but it's also really fun and rewarding. I think the biggest benefit to it is that when we bring people in from different backgrounds, that we're getting a broader perspective. One of the things that can be super easy to fall into, but can be really detrimental, I believe, to an organization and to a community, is if we're all thinking alike and we're all agreeing on everything. When you bring in people with diverse backgrounds, whether it is as simple as education and expertise, to race and socioeconomic means, when you have those different viewpoints at the table, we are so much better able to provide quality services to our residents. We're able to better understand the different viewpoints from the multiple, literally hundreds of thousands of people and their ideas, their wishes, their dreams. It has huge impact on local communities, as that is who we are directly set up to serve. And especially as we're able to coordinate with groups in our region, neighboring cities, nonprofits, NGOs, groups like SCAG that bring us all together to work towards common goals. But we also play a big role, I believe, in helping influence what goes on at the state level. Again, we have a council and a leadership here that is active in Cal Cities and who is active in advocating both at the state and the state and federal level. It's important to engage our decision makers, policymakers at all levels, because everything really is interconnected. We really don't work in a bubble. There's so many great pieces of advice that I could give, but if you are genuinely excited about serving one another and helping one another, this is the best profession. There's just so much that you can do in the public sector, from engineering to recreation to HR. There's so many different areas that people can specialize in, and it is much more than just that stereotypical city employee or government worker that's just pounding away on a keyboard, especially in cities like Rancho Cucamonga that are so actively engaged with the community. Really working and supporting and being with the people there's nothing else like it.